Right, welcome back. Obviously, over this side, we've got all the interior done. It's took me a good couple of attempts, a good few days to get this right. I kept piling. The short of the story is, I used a Pacific airbrush, but I couldn't get that one to work, so I used a different one. It created cracking because it's putting too much thing on. So now I've got the other airbrush to work, and it's come out all right. It will do, put it that way. You know, it's not my proudest moment, but we've got to move on because we've got other bits to do. So, right, what we're going to be doing is we've got to do some decaling. Obviously, this piece here has a wood effect going, which would be that one. So let's get this cut out. Normally I would just put this back in the box, but nope, we're gonna get it done. Obviously this is to mimic the wooden dash. So we're gonna do this one live, then gonna set up a little time lapse. I obviously use Mr. Hobby's setter, and obviously I do use micro set, but I haven't got no Microsoft, so we just got to literally get, so all I need, then we've got a piece to put around there as well, so we do this as live as we can. Move the water. Here we go. Basically what I try to do is line it up as good as I can. And that needs to go just a little bit forward, like so. And it's just now we can make sure that we're not overhanging, which thing with details is, decals, sorry. Always take your time. See, the slightest little thing, okay, just scoots it. Sometimes I do use needs to come down. Right, I'm just gonna go off camera. I'm back. I've had to borrow the wife's dry thing. See if we can just get it. Just to try. I don't know how well you can see that. It's looking all right. So now, I need a brush. I used to have a brush for this. That one would do. I don't know if I actually used this correct. Obviously there's the instructions. So you just got to leave it for a few minutes. But obviously this has been painted in Pro Scale black grey. I did have different colours for different bits, but it just did not look right because obviously I've got pictures of a Range Rover. I mean the interior kind of show you. I mean that's probably the best bit that's done. I mixed that up myself. I mixed that with Zero Paints beige and textured paint, and Zero Paints textured cream paint. Beige was too dark, the cream was far too light, so I mixed up my own little bit. But if I show you, you can see we had a reaction here, but once it's in, just looks like creases in the material. Then I'll show you. Obviously, that's body colour. And obviously, once again, so we had a bit of reactions, but I'm not going to hide it. I'm just going to move on. We learn. I'm not going to use that airbrush for that again. So, right, let's see if we can get this actually in place. It's just having such a hard time to conform on here. So it just got hold of it then. Just hit it with the little, you don't need much of this. I think the wife uses that for wax melts. But yeah, as you can see, it's literally to where it wouldn't go down on there. It has now gone down on there, which is good. And that one done. Right, I will do all the rest of the decaling, excuse me, off on time lapse. No, I think I'll do the rest of the decaling off camera. Then we'll come back once I've got to put it all together, which would be a time lapse. Then we'll do the body prep for paint live. So catch you in a bit. Right, welcome back. Let's have a bit of a catch up. And there we go. The interior's all in. It's all glued in. As and where. It's not turned out too bad. I mean, so you can still see a bit of the reaction bit to me. It just looks like what the interior should potentially look like. But you can see just down in there the little bit of wood grain on the dash. Obviously we've got all the decals in, so that now goes to one side. Then we're gonna literally do some prep now. Obviously there's loads of videos out there how to prep a body, but this is what I do. So obviously we've got a little, I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, you've got a little mould line that's running down there. Obviously we need to get rid of that. And obviously there's one on the same side. So and it obviously runs all the way down on the front to there as well, so they need to go. Apart from that, oh no, there's one that runs all the way down. That needs to go on the other side as well. And there's a very faint one right on the edge of that roof. So what we're going to do, we're going to do this on time lapse because I'm not sure how long it's actually going to take. So yeah, so we knock that out, then I'll come back, show you, then I think we'll do a bit of airbrushing, add a little bit of airbrushing to the video, show me doing a coat of primer, then we'll lay down the base and clear. Obviously this is green on here and this is green, but the inserts here, this is all black, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of masking up, but we've got some nice line there where we can run the masking tape. So yes, that's got to be flat black. So I'm trying to think, we'll mask that off before we do clear, so we don't get a lot on here. Then obviously we can go from there. Right, I've got to set it up on the time lapse so we can get this all cleaned up. Excuse me. In that time lapse, obviously we've used a sanding stick. This is made by Ammo. I think that's a I'm not sure, it says 320, but it's proper, it's probably the equivalent of 500 now. So obviously we've got rid of this one down here, then that one. See, this one went over the edge here. It's just a tiny little bit, but you're not gonna see that with once you get some primer on it. If you do, we just sand it back out. Obviously I didn't remove this one here because you're not going to see it because it's behind the bumper, but we obviously removed the bottom. Got rid of the one across the roofs, both sides of the roof, sorry. Then obviously the one along the rear pillars, obviously across to there and at the bottom. So now all you do, well, all I do is I use Tamiya 3000 grit sanding sponges, or I use these ones, which I can't think where I bought them. I think I bought them from my local model shop, and I've had them years, but I couldn't tell you what the make they are. But all you do is you just need to get rid of all the shiny bits so that paint sticks. So I've just got basically do all that all the way around. So I don't know if you can see that. That's what it looked like, and it's very dark. So got to do inside the detailed lines. I'm not sure the camera's going to pick that up. But obviously that's where we sandy sticked it. Then that's how it looks there. The 3000 grit, because you're upsizing on your grits, it just gets rid of all your old sanding marks and basically makes it easier. Like when you lay your primer down, gives something for the primer to bond to. And obviously the 3000 grits shouldn't technically show up through your paint. I mean, because the paint's, we're using a hot paint. I mean, this is going to be pro scale. But obviously I'm not going to sit here and get used to watching me sand this for possibly a good part of half hour, 40 minutes. So I'm going to come back once we're ready to lay primer down. Right, welcome back. Right, I can't remember what the last clip was, but we're going to literally get some primer on the body and wheels. So what I've done is, because obviously Arden's green would benefit from a darker grey primer. This is Mr. Hobby 1500 Surfacer. That's the grey, which dries quite light. I don't think I'd get the benefits of what I've done. Is mix some Mr. Hobby's 1500 surface of black, which I'll show you. This one. I put a couple pipettes worth into there to give us a shade or a couple of shades just darker, because obviously it's going to be beneficial that way. Obviously the body is all mounted, it's all prepped. It sounded out quite well actually. There was not many that I had to really sort out. So what I'm going to do, bring you back, and I'm going to see if we can get you laying down a bit of primer. Then it'd be either a time lapse, or I'll come back once. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. Obviously this isn't the fan from this extractor unit. I've actually changed mine. So if you want to see a video of that, just drop it in the comment below and I'll show you. I didn't think the fan was man enough. Obviously, even though I've got a bigger thing, this is a 1500 thing, this fan, we still have to have face mask on. So let's get priming. Obviously we're going to have to do 2 coats on it, but as you can see the grades are a lot nicer, so I'm going to keep that one pre-mixed as well, so then I've got a range of primers. I do have the Pro Scale pink microfiller primer, which I've not used yet, so that's going to be on a red car build. So right, I'm going to potentially, no, I think we're going to try and do the body live. another step. So we've got free paint degreaser. Gonna wipe that all down, then I'll come back and we'll start our paint. Right, let's get some primer down. Right, just looking back at the camera, you can't actually see it's focusing on the pen. So what I'm going to do is come back once I've got the priming done. There's the first coat. Now, don't worry about getting it all in one. Yep, as you can see. Oh. Yes. So that's the first coat. I was just trying to see if I could zoom out, but it won't let me. So yeah. So the primer's laid down quite nice. So we're just going to let that set up. Obviously, do another coat. I'll show you the wheels. And it's quite mild here in the UK. The wheels have come out really nice. So I'm quite happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'll come back once we're primed and we're ready to paint prep. Welcome back. Right, I've got it all in primer. It's all been sanded back and is looking nice. So now we're going to literally get some base coat on it, but also just got to do some prep work in the paint booth. I'll give it a good clean up and that, so I'll be back once I've done that. So I'll show you. That's what it looks like before we do some prep. So I've come back once it's already. Obviously I've got to change the back filter, but it's all been hoovered out. That's actually what painters using for real cars. That's the paint, it's all wetted down as well. Obviously face masks on. I'm gonna see what it comes out like. If you see it in the video, you know it come out good. But I'm finding it hard. I need to try and work out a better way to get the camera to show and obviously so it's not in my way, if that makes sense. Right. Always give it a little cheeky test. So, and my battery's running low as well. So, right, let's quickly get some. people might wonder why I'm light coating. Right, these are extremely hot paints, so you literally have to do it in light coats, otherwise you'll have massive chemical reactions. So 6-7 light coats and literally it will pop. So obviously, as you can see, we're starting to get the metallic in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do the rest off camera, so then that way I can charge the camera up and I will bring you back for when we do clear coat. So right, it'd be probably a couple of hours for me, but a blink of an eye for you. Welcome back. Right, let's give you an update. Obviously the body shell's all painted and we've got the decals on it now. Obviously I had to paint inside the handles there, so the decals are on the back as well. This middle bit looks a different colour, it's because I've not put the same amount of base like colour there to there, because this has got to go black inside here. And there's the roof. We've just got to leave these because obviously they've got the decals on it. As you can see, it looks very nice. We just got to now leave that overnight. I mean, but in this heat wave we won't have to. Right, obviously there's the wheels. I've hand brushed the chrome around the outside because I want it to be as authentic as I possibly can. I'm doing it to Google Images, this Land Rover. Oh, is it? No, it's a Range Rover, my bad. So yes, right. So what we do is, obviously I've done, just so you know, I've done all the wheels. So what I do is we'll come back tomorrow and we'll start laying the clear down on that. Then we obviously have to set that up. Then obviously I'll do another video, but I'll explain that in the next part. This is the clear I use, multi-mix. So it's a 2-to-1 mix. So this is in 5, 10, 15, 20. So we're going to go 2, so it's 10mm, which is 2. Which is like, so I need 10mm. So if it mixes 2-to-1, I then need 5mm for that 10. Then obviously I'll mix 2 to 3mm finish, so it'd be 15 or 18mm. So let's get this going. You don't need to buy all this expensive clear coat stuff. I mean, this I think this is a 1.5 litre kit. This is a 1.5 kit, and no joke, it's literally between £20 to £25. And I'm not being funny, I've painted with this kit, with this 1.5 litre kit, I've painted a motorbike and possibly 2 cars and a lorry kit. Right, now for the hardener. So we only need 5mm of this hardener, and then this could potentially kick me in the bum, because here in the UK it's September 23. We're in a bit of a heat wave at the moment, a little bit more. Perfect. So then obviously mix that. Like so. Now if you're painting like full scale cars, like real cars, you don't actually have to thin this down. It sprays nice, but then you're using a 1.5. gun. So then obviously to thin this down, I'm using Pro XL Generation Standard Thinners 2K. I mean, whatever you can get that, you know, for about, obviously my thinners. But I've got 2 mil in now. I'll put one more in. Perfect. Now so put the lid back on. Hopefully the light is good. I've only put one light on in the cave, modelling cave, because it's so hot. And obviously, and there you go, it's nice and clear. So right, what I'm going to do, I will come back once I've set you up for a little bit of clear coating. So the other thing with this clear coat is you must wear a face mask, absolute must. Yeah, it's an absolute must to wear a face mask. Literally. So you spray it down. It's basically all the overspray will stick. But yeah, face mask is an absolute must. Gloves as well, because it's 2K. And you don't really want it on your skin. Right, I'm going to show you doing some wheels, then obviously I'll come back because we've got one coat on the actual truck, on the Range Rover. So I just need to set up the thing. But obviously this is 5-minute flash time as well, so 5 to 10 minutes in temperatures. I mean, in the cave at the moment it's 25 degrees, so 5 to 10 minutes between coats. Nice light even coats, and the clear coats speak for itself. So I'll set you up live. Let's go. Bring this first coat. That's just a light dust, because obviously we've got decals in there, but you can start to see the shine coming on. So right, I'll bring you back once we're ready to, once we've applied the second coat. The first coat. With the first coat it's just a dust, because obviously we've got decals on there. We just need to see them so we don't get no reactions. A little bit of dust there, I think. We should get that with a pair of tweezers in a minute. We just let this set up. And the second coat we put on properly. I'll show you the wheels again. Perfect. Right, I shall bring you back once we've done the clear coat, because it's quite hot in here, and obviously I don't want the clear coat drying up, so I'll be back. There it is. After second coat, just gonna literally let it flow out. It's got a nice shine on it. As you can see. Let's show you the wheels. There's one. They've come out really nice. Like this. Right, we saved it. But yeah. So I'll bring you back once we've completely finished with the clear, and we're able to be able to touch it. But it is looking really nice. Very happy with the Pro Scale. It is, yeah, Pro Scale colour. It's very nice. So it's not Pro Scale clear coat. Look at the metallics. It's on point. On point. So yeah, it's got some form of self-leveling in it. So right, I'll bring you back once it's all we're able to touch it, which is usually about half hour. Right, welcome back. I'm going to show you. It's the next day now, so everything is nice and dry. I think the wheels have come out phenomenal, to be honest. I'm well happy with them. All four of them have come out phenomenal. In here, let's just... Alright. And as you can see, that's the gun airbrush finish. Yeah, it's a bit peely, but not being funny. If I wanted to, I'll cut and buff it back. That is not a problem. But yeah, it is literally looking really nice. Well happy with that. So we've got to do the black inside here, but other than that, that is good. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to end it here. This is the end of part 2, and in part 3 is going to be the final part of the video, where we do the final assembly. So thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you soon on the next one. Thank you. Bye.